He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Minash Mishra.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तयेन चराचर तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री सदाशिवाय नमः। तस्मै श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम पृथ्वी शांति, अंतरिक्ष शांति, सर्वं शांतिः। अहम ब्रह्मास्मि। Good morning everyone, and good evening to the people from the other side. स्वागत है to this episode after quite some time, I think. So the first question goes, sadhana कैसी चल रही है? How is the sadhana going up? I could see like the photos sent by people. जैसे हमने कहा था कि picture share करो, so people have started sharing that. That's quite amazing. ऐसा लगता है कि मेरा शिव कितना सुंदर, मेरा शिव कितना सुंदर kind of thing. But it looks so amazing, like putting in efforts. और आज की साधना आपने कैसे की होगी वो तो देखने वाली बात है. Because now early morning this session is there, then you have to complete the sadhana. I believe you still managed. Okay. So I could see like the experiences that are pouring into my message boxes. It's like changing gears. How many of you have noticed like when the first week of sadhana was completed, The first week itself was quite something for some people. But the moment the second one started, and then they reshift again. So with this, with every week, there will be changes that you will absolutely see in that form. ये सब कुछ बदलने लगेगा उसके अंदर. और the design of that has been done in that way. Okay. So how many of you have found it easier to become silent now? Because if you have started doing the second week of sadhana, you would see like after doing that, specifically doing the tratak, and then slowly merging into that, then you will see like automatically you don't want to speak. It's not like anymore trying not to speak. You just don't want to speak anymore. So slowly, the third phase when it appears, you will see like something else is going to come for you. But in the meantime, what I thought is, let's see, sadhana kaisi bhi chal rahi ho. I wanted to bring another shift into that complete realm itself. Although I was thinking of adding one more sadhana this time, but I thought like you are already into that. So rather than adding a sadhana, what I'm going to do is, let's dive deeper into what we are doing already. जो हम कर रहे हैं, शिवरात्रि की जो तैयारी है, now we will merge further into that. And if you have not found silence, let this be the day. Because Shivaratri is not a celebration this time. And that's what the message was clearer. And when we keep moving in this day, you will come to realize, because today's session is going to have, I think, like not one, but multiple spaces where you will go silent. Multiple spaces where you will meditate. So today is less talk, more experience, or more merging. It would quite also give you a idea about the process of Shivaratri as well on that night. Today is already 16th, so another 9 days to go. And you know, like when there is 9 days to go, we call it as Navaratras. So from here on, the Shiva Navaratra also starts. So this time, if you have seen the topic that we have chosen, the Great Awakening, right? And then the tagline that came along with that was like, it is something different, right? So I said like the Supreme Awakening. And as it is before Shivaratri, it's like a journey into the heart of Shiva. So when I was thinking of taking this session, I said, what all can we do in this? So it came out as like, we are somehow bound to the mind and the body. How about resolving that? How about going beyond the limitations of the body and the mind and entering into realm of Shiva? When we are doing the sadhana, we know we don't want to come out, but the moment you enter into the world picks up. Right? And we all, somehow or other, there are situations in our lives that we want to look at, we want to take care of. In such cases, it becomes quite challenging for us to stay in that space. Right? So let's bring a wisdom from the Upanishads first, and then we will move on towards that journey that we are going to do towards the heart of Shiva, that I call. In the Upanishads, there is a very famous story. There was a boy who was quite not so successful. And everyone used to tell him that you are good for nothing and all those kind of things that generally people speak of. And then he left everything and he goes into the another village so that nobody knows him, and he start doing something. And he finds a space which is near a mountain. There is a village, and he goes and finds a cave where he would say, I don't have a house to live right now anyways. So this cave may be the first home that I can have right away, the immediate home that I can. So he started staying in that, and just in front, that was a small little cave, and in front of that, there was a huge mountain. The same night when he was in the cave, it started having severe thunder and storms. And when he was always worried and always thought what people are saying about him, and that he became so diverted from his goals of life. So when he saw that mountain on that day, what he sees that he came in the day and it was the sun when it was shining, the mountain was as is, still, not moving. In the night when the rain started, the mountain was still not moving. When the thunders strike and the winds blew very fast, trees uprooted, but the mountain remained still. So he could see like one thing is, what is this? Nothing is actually impacting it. And yet it is standing still. So that day, by just looking at the mountain, he said, what if I find my mountain within myself? And if I find my mountain within myself, I would also not be shaking with the world's things, diverted, dissolved, or feeling bad or happy. And he started his quest on that. He kept on moving, and then he kept on asking people how to find my mountain within myself. Nobody could answer. He said, how could you find a mountain? And many people said, if you become like a mountain, then you will be of no emotions. How can you live in this world? So all these questions stir up within him. Although he wanted to be a mountain, he did not want it to be like a rock. He kept on searching, and one fine day, he reaches out to a person, a sage might be. He was traveling and he asked this question, that how can I find my mountain? And at the same time, how not to be rock hard, and how to deal with the problems of this world. Because anyways, when I sit quietly, I feel like nothing is moving in me, and I feel like I have found my mountain. But the moment I look forward, when I look into the world and I go for work or try to find food or clothing or shelter, then everything moves again and my mountain is vanished. There are a lot more bigger problems in front of me rather than just finding my mountain. So how to deal with this? How to find my mountain, yet unwavered, yet unattached, yet not so hard that it does not have a compassion in it. Then that sage, quite an person filled with wisdom, he said, do one thing, pick up a rock from the ground. So he picked up a rock, a small little rock. And he said, the sage said to this boy, do one thing, hold it close to your eye. And when he held the small little rock close to his eye, he said, can you see anything else? He said, no, I cannot. He said, that's exactly what it is. When you that, It might be a big problem, it might be a bothers is how close you are holding it. And he said, if you are holding this small little stone and you are keeping it in front of your eye, everything vanishes in front of you because the only thing that remains is the problem in front of you. Now do one thing, move it away a little. And the moment he says, okay, move it away a little, he says, is the problem big or small now? No, it has become smaller. He said, why? The answer is very simple. You are not holding it so close. You are keeping it an eye. इसे कहते हैं स्थित प्रज्ञ हो जाना. Means looking at that from a distance, not holding it so closely. He said, don't throw it away. Just keep it a little far and watch. Then you will see a multiple ways that there is a universe far big beyond that problem. And when you look at that universe, which is far big beyond that problem, then you will see that the divine has not only created this rock that blocks my vision, but it has created the entire universe, which is far more bigger than this. When I look at the problem in my life, it might be a problem big for me. But when I look at the creation, I say, wow, he has created far more bigger things than me. And at that moment, he said, but what about my happiness and my sorrows? Then the sage says, keep that rock a little bit away. He kept that down. And he says, now he gave him a bigger rock. He said, hold it now. Catch it in your hand. Now he is holding. He says, hold it for some more time. And when he was holding, he was feeling the weight of that. Then the sage said, this is like your happiness and this is like your sorrows. When you hold it, it becomes heavier. It brings you down. Do one thing, keep it down and look at it now. Then what? And when you are not holding it in your hand and keeping it down, and you're still having your happiness and sorrows in your life, but you are not holding it in your hand, you will never be weighed down. Keep the weight on the ground. And he said, your happiness, your sorrows should always be grounded. No happiness should make you fly. No sorrow would delve you deep. Because now you see, when you kept that stone, you should realize the divine has created that and also given me a space to keep it. How benevolent it would be. And he said, then if I find when I am sitting silently, now I understand that if I keep my problem a little away and focus on the entirety of it, the gamut of things that is available, I will find a solution. I will find a way out. And I also understand that I should not be so much attached to my emotions, and I keep it so that I won't be weighed down by it. But how about if I become like a mountain, if I become a rock? How would I deal with people? Then the sage smiled and said, the rock also contains liquid in it. He says, what does that mean? कि पत्थर भी तरल हो सकता है. Like, how can a stone be liquefied? He says, sadhana. It's just like when you put that rock under, like if you put high energy of fire and you keep the rock, won't you think the rock would also melt? When you look at the volcanoes, what is it? Those are the rocks, those who have melted under that fire of sadhana. And that's what he said. Even when you find your rock, even when you find your mountain, don't forget your sadhana. That sadhana will keep you melted. That sadhana will not allow you to be rock solid. It is moving yet unmoving. And now, with this small little thing, I want you to hold all the rocks that you have been holding close to your eyes, a little bit away from you. Because until and unless you move that small little rock away from your eyes, the only thing that blocks you is that one problem that you carry. But if you keep it a little bit away, we'll find another space. We can see the earth, we can see the skies. And that small little rock can block all the opportunities that is out there. So today, when I'm talking about that rock, it's not only just that. I'm talking about that rock. I'm talking about that vision of God that you are holding, which is not allowing you to experience beyond that. I'm talking about this rock that you feel yourself as to be the body and the mind. Until and unless you keep that rock a little bit away, you won't see the magic that is already happening. So all that we are going to do today is the rock that I have become. In front of the eyes in which I am not able to see the divine and experience it, let me keep it away. I don't want you to throw it away. I just want you to keep it away a little bit and see it from a perspective beyond the body and the mind. And when you are ready for that, then only you will experience what we are going to do today. Because for me, even if I see Shiva as a rock, I have still blocked my vision. I want to go beyond. Are you willing to take that step? Keep all the rocks away. I know there are colorful rocks. You won't like to keep them away. They keep you entertained throughout the day. They keep you busy throughout the day. And I don't know. And some people say like, oh, it's too hot to hold this rock, but you still hold it. So for this time, for this moment, at least now, are you willing to keep it away? अगर क्षण भर के लिए भी उसको दूर करके रख के देखने की कोशिश करोगे ना, तब देखना एक अद्भुत अनुभूति होगी. An experience which मूर्खता होगी उसको व्याख्या करना. Are you ready to keep the rocks down? And even all that rock that is weighing you down, either your happiness or your sorrows, जो कुछ भी है, are you willing to keep it down? If that is the case, let's begin the journey. Because वो कहते हैं ना कि when the journey is far, carry less load, or else that load will not allow you to complete your journey. And that's what we are going to do. And however, like this Shivaratri, when that night appears, we have declared a very bold statement. And that bold statement we are going to carry, that's the only thing that we are going to carry. This time Shivaratri is not a celebration. Shall we begin this journey now? Now some people would ask how to keep down the stone, how to keep down that rock. Exactly like you picked up. Now tell me, how did you pick that up? Do you remember it was not there? It appeared and you took it in your hands and you're holding it. It might just be a momentary thing or a thing that might keep you busy. But for now, just keep it away. If you cannot keep it away, just move it away from your eye right now for a moment. कैसे होगा वो मेरा काम है. That's my work. So we'll begin with this, especially a very typical way of doing the sadhana today. Let us move away from this Manushya Tattva and enter into the Shiva Tattva. Let us break some of our perceptions. Let us break the egoic barriers. Let us create an energy today in such a way that the sadhana that you are doing right now prepares you for the Shivaratri in a much, much, much amazing way. How do you begin that? In order to experience something that is beyond body and mind is a space which you call as death. And the one who is alive experienced death and went beyond that, वो मृत्युंजय है. So in order to get into that zone, what we will start is there are a lot of chantings today. There are a lot of understandings today, revelations and meditations, which will be part of mantra, tantra, yantra and aghora. Because that's going to be the entire theme of Shivaratri. And this is a glimpse of what we are going to do. So today, we will begin with the chantings of the Mahamrityunjay first. Because Mahamrityunjay mantra, when you chant that, what it does, the first thing that it creates is it takes away the fear. And when it takes away the fear, there is a space created. And that space will be filled with something amazing. So who is going to chant it? I want this chanting for 21 times and we will all do it together. You will simply close your eyes. One of us will lead and let us chant that. While chanting, you all know like there are different ways of doing that. You can speak it out through Baihari. You can just speak within yourself with a very slow sound that becomes Madhyama. And you can just simply chant that within yourself, making it Para. Whichever way you want to do that. The only thing is, this is going to be the starting point of the vibrational frequency that we are going to enter. And that's how we will begin this process. So who will chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra for 21 times? Anyone willing to? If not, I have to take over. So if you still have a doubt of what is the Mahamrityunjay mantra, it's the same one. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pustivartanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityor Mokshi Yamamritat. So Janesh ji has volunteered. So Janesh ji, please unmute. And everyone. Now, you simply do one thing. Take the left hand down, right hand above it, touch the thumb together, keep it in your lap. When you do this, it's like bringing two dualists together and making it one. So keep it in your lap, sit comfortably, and let us begin the chant. So Janesh ji, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So please, all of us, let us close our eyes for a moment. Feel the silence that surrounds. And now let's begin the chant. You all can follow it within yourself. Janesh ji, please start. Janesh ji, आपको थोड़ा जोर से बोलना पड़ेगा because the sound is not coming.
ठीक है बोल रहे
नहीं, और थोड़ा जोर से because everybody should be able to listen to that.
वन सेकंड
No, so there is a break in that.
नाउ इज इट ओके बोल रहे हो
Yes, yes.
ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं 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 पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनात् समावृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ
ॐ
त्र्यम्बकं
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मोक्षे यमामृतात्. Thank you, Janesh ji. Just feel the subtle vibrations of this mantra that has actually touched the pranic vayu within yourself. even without any hesitation, without any fight. Just feel the subtle vibration that has actually become the part of your breath with this simple chanting of the mantra. And I could feel the way Janeshji has done that. That itself has created the vibrations. And now you still sit with your eyes closed, because this mantra is like, to look at it, why we did this mantra is, first we would like to worship the Triambakeshwar, the one who has three eyes. And he is the fragrant that nourishes everything and all beings. And we call upon that Lord to liberate us from the death. And just like a cucumber is severed from its bondage to the creeper, मानो जैसे एक फल उस पेड़ से तोड़ लिया जाता है, उसी भांति may this Lord, the divine, cut out all my past karmic accounts, cut out all the things that are holding me back, free me just like the moment I am right now. And I call upon that Shiva. Continue to feel that subtle vibration that is happening in your body. For some, the vibration is throughout the body. For some, the heart flutters, and some might feel it in their belly. It's like your entire body has been infused with a simple vibration, and it is vibrating at a typical rhythm which is not regular to you. And the most amazing that you find is it slowly feels like a little weaker. But at the same time, this vibration is so amazing. Continue to be with that vibration. Because today, when we worship Shiva, we see the form. But from this day, we do not worship Shiva just as a form. We dissolve into Shiva as the formless, the eternal, the void, and the fullness beyond all concepts. Because for me, Shiva is not a deity who is confined to the idols. शिव एक ऐसा देवता नहीं है जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ पाषाण में या तो शिवलिंग में या किसी मूर्ति स्वरूप में है. He is the supreme consciousness, the Paramashiva, who is beyond form, beyond time, beyond limitations. Shiva is just like that vibration that is happening within you. The vibration was always there. It's just that the mantra has invoked it. He is the unmanifested source from which all forms arise and into which all forms will dissolve. To seek Shiva is not to seek a figure which is sculpted in stone, but to seek the eternal principle that is everywhere that pervades the cosmos. In our Vedas, especially in the Yajur Veda, it is mentioned, Na tasya pratimasti, means there is no image of him. Just like without the body, you are the eternal formless. Shiva, without the attributes of form, it is eternal. Na tasya pratima asti. And what if I use the same word for you? Na tasya pratima asti. The image that you think yourself to be, you are not that. Because this profound statement is not declining the worship, but an invitation to transcend beyond the boundaries of the finite mind. हमारे की जो विकल्प है, हमारे मन की जो परिधि है, उसके परे जाने का संकल्प लेते हुए, this will urge the moment you see beyond that image, beyond that idol, you will be free from the conditioned perception. एक ऐसी स्थिति पे आप पहुंचोगे जहां आप जो कुछ जानते थे, जो कुछ मानते थे, आप उसके परे चले जाओगे. You will break free from all the conditioned perception that God can only be experienced through a physical form. देवता को, भगवान को सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक फिजिकल फॉर्म में नहीं एक्सपीरियंस किया जा सकता, बट उससे परे भी किया जा सकता है. बिकॉज शिवा is the formless vastness, the luminous void, the eternal witness. और अगर शिव की व्याख्या किया जाए तो कुछ ऐसा किया जा सकता है कि he is the stillness in the movement, he is the silence in the sound, he is the witness behind all experiences. जैसे मानो कि हर मूवमेंट में जो स्थिरता है वो शिव है, हर ध्वनि में जो साइलेंस है वो शिव है, और जो सब कुछ एक्सपीरियंस करता है वो भी शिव है. और आप देखना, जीवन में इतने मूवमेंट है आपके, देयर इज सो मच ऑफ मूवमेंट इन योर लाइफ, बट यू फॉरगेट टू नोटिस हु इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग इट. Just like Shiva is beyond that idol, that image, you are beyond this body and the mind. You are unmoving yet moving in life. You are in the chaos of this world, you are the silence in it. And in this minute appearing body, you are the infinite Shiva. And when you ask me, how can I reveal Shiva that is hiding within me? The answer would be very simple. When the mind ceases to chatter, when the thoughts subside into the depths of silence, Shiva is revealed. जब मेरा मन स्थिर हो जाता है, जब मेरे विचार उस निशब्दता में खो जाते हैं, तब शिव आविर्भूत होता है. because he is the unmoved mover, जो हिलता डुलता नहीं है लेकिन फिर भी चलयमान है, फिर भी गतिशील है. The cosmic still point around which the dance of creation revolves. वो एक ऐसा स्थिर स्थान है जिसके चारों तरफ पूरा रचना ब्रह्मांड घूमता है. Now, from here on, as I keep speaking, may you start experiencing all those as a vibrational frequency within you, whether you see the vision of it or not. All that you are going to feel is that subtle vibrational frequency. एक ऐसी तरंग, एक ऐसी ध्वनि, एक ऐसी प्रतिध्वनि आपके अंदर. And you will feel as if for some time you will go numb. ऐसा हो जाएगा कि आपको अपने शरीर का हेतु नहीं रहेगा. Your hands, your feet, it would like freeze off, and then you will only feel that vibration that's moving within you like a subtle current. It might be in your hands, it might be in your legs, it might be in your spine, it might be the complete body. But from here on, even though you don't see a vision, but your body will experience what I'm going to speak now. In the motion of the galaxies, he is the unchanging axis. मानो आप स्थिर होके बैठे हो और आपके चारों तरफ पूरा ब्रह्मांड घूम रहा है. All the cells of the body are dancing in you because you are sitting as the center of it. In the roar of the ocean, he is the deep silence beneath. संसार रूपी सागर के जो शब्द हैं, उसके बीच का जो साइलेंस है, वो आप हो. आप वो निशब्दता हो. He is the awareness that observes both joy and sorrow without attachment, just like you, who is experiencing everything. And the moment you distance yourself from all those things, you find your stillness within you. Shiva is not somewhere far. He is right here in this very moment. शिव कहीं दूर नहीं, यही है, आपके साथ, आपके पास, इस क्षण. Because you can find him in the beating of your heart, in the rhythm of your breath. आप उस शिव को महसूस कर सकते हो आपके हृदय के प्रतिध्वनि से, आपके सांसों की माला से. And in order to realize Shiva is to dissolve the ego, to surrender the false self, and to become one with the vastness. और जब मैं कहता हूं कि आप अपना ईगो को डिसॉल्व करना है, इट्स जस्ट वेरी सिंपल, लाइक allowing your body to melt into it. To surrender means जो आप अपने आप को मान बैठे थे, उसे भी जाने देना. Allow it to melt into that vastness. And when you allow yourself to melt into that vastness, you become that vastness. It's like waking up from a dream of separation. मानो जैसे आप सपना देख रहे थे और सपने में आप ये देख रहे हो कि आप जिसको सबसे ज्यादा प्रेम करते हो वो आपसे दूर हो गया है. और जैसे आप आंख खोलते हो तो आप देखते हो वो कहीं गया ही नहीं. It's like to wake up from a dream of separation and see that you were never apart from him, because you were always a part of him. He is the Parama Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, but also the Atman, that is the self within you. Because when we are preparing for the Mahashivaratri, that night when you will transcend all forms and concepts, we will make sure that on that night you do not merely pray to Shiva, but you dissolve into Shiva. Let your meditation be a plunge, a jump into the infinite silence, where thoughts are burned away in the fire of awareness. Now you will chant along with me. Na the first syllable of Namah Shivaya. This vibration Na is related to the Prithvi Tattva. May that stillness of the earth, the stillness of Mother Earth become a part of you. Chant again. Na we move on to the second syllable of Jala, that is water. Ma feeling that water quality in you. Then comes the fire, the Agni Tattva. Then let the Vayu Tattva vibrate within you. And finally, you merge into it. Because as per me, when you chant Namah Shivaya or Shivaya Namaha, you don't call him. You dissolve into him. And in this moment, Let us all dissolve into that space of Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. 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 As the body has become lighter, as if everything has been taken away from this body, and you have become like a purified, absolutely stillness. You see the light. It is as if the infinite pillar of light, the Agnilinga that appeared in front of Brahma and Vishnu. Just like that, may your mind and body become like the Brahma and the Vishnu, and you become the Agni Swarupa, the Jyotirlinga. Just like the Brahma, the mind creates. Just like Vishnu, the body takes care. And just like the Shiva is the one who is beyond both. You are beyond the body and the mind. See yourself as part of that Swayambhulingam, that fire pillar. Now you clearly experience your body, your mind, and you to be different. Just experience it. And now, once that fire is experienced within you, let us move towards the Aghora Shiva, the one who is absolutely beautiful, the one who is absolutely opposite of terrifying. Just like Shiva consumes the poison and wears ashes, to show that purity lies beyond duality. Let us drink the mind like the poison and smear the ash of the body as the tripunda. Let the body and the mind vanish. Let that fire become the cremation ground where both the ego that is created by the mind and the body are cremated, are burnt. And in order to intensify that burning fire, let us do a chanting. The chanting will be Om Dhan Hum. The chanting is Om Dhan Hum. DHAN. Dhan. Hum. HOOM. Hum. Let us chant this 21 times and allow that fire to intensify and burn down all that is there within. And once you start chanting this, you will start experiencing a little bit of heat, and you will start experiencing that heat within you as if you are something separate from that body. Your body will automatically feel that heat. Start chanting along with me. Om Dhan Hum 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 Om Dhan Hum. Now you might be in a space, in a state where even your breath has vanished. It's as if you are no more breathing. Or the breath has become so simple that you are not feeling it anymore. And one reason why you are not feeling it is, although you are in the body, you are not the body. Just be there in that moment. Now we will enter into the third aspects of it. We did it through the mantra, through the aghora. Let us now bring in a small little aspect of tantra into our sadhana. Because tantra is not indulgence, it is transcendence. It is the path of unifying opposites, the Ardhanareshwara, which would reveal both the feminine and the masculine aspects, and which will showcase they are not separate. They are part of the same reality. And this is what is mentioned in the Satarudra Samahita. Because Shiva and Shakti are not two different beings. They are the eternal dance of consciousness and energy. And let us bring and merge ourselves with the Shiva, the awareness that you are, with your inner Shakti that is vibrating in the body. There is a saying which says, or a shloka which says, Shivagnani Monisi Prabhabhasanam Tvameva 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 Tvameva, which means the supreme knowledge is beyond mind and senses. The Shivagnani, the one who has reached to Shiva, who knows Shiva, is beyond mind and senses. And now, Monishi Maprabhasanam, it is only through direct experience that you are having right now that you become one with Shiva. You become liberated. And when it is said that the one who knows the knowledge of Shiva, who knows Shiva and experiences Shiva directly, becomes Shiva. And then it says, it is none other than Tvameva, 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 Tvameva. That means it is not talking about anyone else, but it is directly talking about you, 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 you. You are that Shiva. Tvameva, 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 Tvameva. Continue to sit absolutely in this stillness. Be in that moment of absolute stillness. There is no knowledge of the world. There is no knowledge of the body. There is no knowledge of the mind. It feels like as if you have just suspended yourself into that realm where nothing exists. Yet the existence is coming out of that nothingness. You have become that space. you have become that Shiva. Slowly bringing back the consciousness towards your breath. आपके सांसों के तरफ आपका ध्यान. With your effort, take a deep breath. Bringing that consciousness towards your breath. Take a deep breath. And slowly exhale it through your mouth. And then you will notice when you're taking that deep breath, it sounds like that is she. And when you're letting that breath out through your mouth, it's like va. So you're taking in of breath becomes she, and you're taking out of your breath is va. And now the continuation repetition of Shiva goes on along with you. And now, as that name has become a part of the repetition of your breath, now take your time to open your eyes when you are ready. You can stretch your body a little bit. Just check the watch. एक बार समय को देखो. How many of you feel that you are still here and not here? It's nearly an hour that you did this process. 40-45 minutes तो ऐसे ही कहाँ चले गए हो. This is just the trailer of Shivaratri. Because what we have decided this time is, this Shivaratri you do not worship Shiva, you become Shiva. And that can only happen if you dive deep into that space. And don't worry, we will. And if we can do this in this 40 to 45 minutes to 1 hour, just think of if we do it for 3 hours. I just want you all to do one thing. Just close your eyes and hold yourself closely once. Right? And now tell me what's your feeling. अब बताओ क्या प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ, शायद संत तुकाराम ने कुछ कहा था कि जब आप लेटे हुए उसका नाम लेते हो तो वो आपके पास बैठ जाता है. जब आप लेटे हुए उसका नाम लेते हो, when you are lying down and taking the name, the God sits by your side. जब आप बैठ के उसका नाम लेते हो तो वो आपके पास खड़ा हो जाता है. When you take his name while sitting, he stands by your side. And then he says, when you stand and take his name, he starts dancing around you. And when you dance while taking his name, there is no you. It is he dancing. So this Shivaratri is going to be that. You will lie down and take the name. You will sit and take the name. You will stand and take the name. You will dance and take the name. And finally, there is no you. Is all that one dancing. Are you ready for Shivaratri this time? You cannot hold yourself. और कुछ ऐसे बहना शुरू होगा ना, like you will say, my goodness, what is this? So that's where he will dance. That's where he will sing. That's where he will come to the closest realization what Shiva could be. A big task at my hand. But I have chosen the right people. Or rather, he has chosen you and has just taken this as a way of bringing you closer to him. You still don't feel your body. There is another current running in the body coming altogether. Right? I'm looking at my hands, but my hands are having a different vibration altogether. I'm sitting here, but that something is already dancing within me. वो कहते हैं ना कि ना, there is a shimmer, वो होता है ना, like it is shaking like a leaf that shakes in that, जब एक हवा आता है ना, पत्ता हिलने लगता है. It feels just like that within. Like something is shaking but not moving. So may this intensify your sadhana. And now the 9 days that are left, may you celebrate every night as that Shivaratri. Allow that dance to happen. And what I said, when you are lying down, you still take the name. When you are sitting, you still take the name. When you are standing, you still take the name. And when you are moving, it's not you moving anymore. It's he moving as you. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So with this, I will let you go. Let's go and test the waters in the world. Let's see how many of us again catch hold of that stone and bring it close. And how many keep that small little stone away. How many of us take that weight and keep it somewhere and say, okay, now you take care. And you just dance within yourself. Because Shivaratri is not a worship of Shiva only. Because the greatest worship that you can ever do is to become that. May you all become that. Har Har Mahadev. So with this, if anyone wants to have a question or if anyone has a sharing, Please raise your hand, or else we will simply take this opportunity as that vibration and just continue to move out. Because this vibration is going to be with you. But yes, while you move out, make sure you stretch yourself perfectly before moving out from where we are sitting. Because that space has another kind of aura. And I just hope that Rajanji had that Karlinian images to take the image of you all and share it with you to see what exactly is happening. Or rather, all the people in the room, those who can see the aura and feel the aura and know how to read it, they can tell better what has happened to you. कैसा लग रहा है ना सर्दी लग रही है ना गर्मी लग रही है it's like absolutely like two things happening together actually. And this is where हरि भाई को बाहर नहीं आना है, हरि भाई को आज वहीं बैठने दो, लावण्य जी उनको वहीं रहने दो, आज बिल्कुल डिस्टर्ब मत करो उनको. And वो कहते हैं ना, यू हैव एक्चुअली दिस फीलिंग व्हेन यू हैव ए फियर. वो जो फ्लटरिंग है ना, आपको डर लगे तो ऐसा होता है, बट नाउ देयर इज नो फियर एंड यू आर स्टिल फ्लटरिंग. दिस इज अ रिमाइंडर that fear just might be one thing that flutters you, but it is not the truth. You can be so happy and you can still flutter like this, the vibration. Now, how many of you actually are experiencing this? And it is not the regular one. It's like, it's continuously, that rhythm is, okay, it's like it's going on. Because when I'm speaking also, it's like still going on within me. I just experience, like, if you look at your hand and you say, like, I just keep it somebody and they should experience this vibration now. So till there is one more week to go. And in the meantime, continue your sadhana. अगर आपने शुरू नहीं किया है, start. And we have started, continue. If you are thinking of a good day to start, this is the day. Because every day in that sadhana is quite amazing. You come prepared for Shivaratri. That's what I say. Because that is actually preparing you. And this is just 30% of the sadhana that we'll be doing, the meditation that we'll be doing on that night. So be ready to experience that complete merging into that samadhi of that. Okay? So till we meet again on Wednesday, most probably. Continue your sadhana and may that blessing of the Shiva always be there and help you doing your sadhana. You are not doing it alone. With this, I take a break. And all that things that you could not speak here, you can write it in the group. I'll read that, because based on that, the entire Shivaratri is going to be designed. Okay? Thank you so much. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. Har Har Mahadev.